Jonathan James. Known as Comrade, 15-year-old Jonathan James was the first juvenile convicted and jailed in the United States for hacking. James hacked into companies like Bell South as well as the Miami-Dade school system and the Department of Defense in 1999. He gained access to information like the source code responsible for operating the International Space Station. Once NASA detected the breach, the space agency shut down their computers for 3 weeks, apparently losing an estimated $41,000. Arrested. On January 26, 2000, James plea bargained and was sentenced to house arrest and probation. He later served 6 months in an Alabama prison. James was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound on May 18, 2008. In his suicide note he wrote he was troubled by the justice system and believed he would be prosecuted for newer crimes with which he had nothing to do. Vladimir Levin. Russian hacker Vladimir Levin accessed Citibank computers in 1995 and rerouted $10 million into other bank accounts around the world. Interestingly, Levin did not use the internet to gain access to the bank's database. Instead, he tapped into telecommunications systems and listened to customers state their account information. All but $400,000 was recovered, and he pled guilty to one charge of making $3.7 million in unauthorized transfers, according to the Wall Street Journal. Levin received 3 years in prison and was ordered to pay back $240,000 to Citibank. Gary McKinnon. Between 2001 and 2002, Scottish computer hacker Gary McKinnon gained access to 97 American military networks between 2001 and 2002, even leaving the military a message on its website: "Your security is crap." McKinnon's goal was to prove the existence of UFOs. The US failed to extradite him. His hack has been called the biggest military computer hack of all time. Today the former hacker has reinvented himself as a SEO wizard, charging £40 per hour to help firms rank. John McAfee. When John McAfee lived in Belize, he planned to study plants, probably some psychoactive plants. He had a lab for this. Authorities seized his property for creating drugs in this lab, claims McAfee, after an official came seeking political bribes from the gringo. To get back at the Belize government and prove their corruption, he hacked every major computer from Belize government bureaucracies. He found evidence implicating officials in corruption, laundering, drug running and murder. He had to organize his own escape out of Belize to avoid arrest. He did this by faking a heart attack. Today McAfee lays low, believing he is routinely being tracked by law enforcement. He recently posted on social media he got into a shootout with police after having been arrested. Stephen Wozniak. Co-founder of Apple, Stephen Wozniak's first white hat hacking involved phone phreaking. He bypassed the phone system and, while studying at the University of California, made devices for friends called blue boxes which enabled free long-distance phone calls. Wozniak reportedly used one of these devices to try and call the Pope. He later formed Apple Computer with pal Steve Jobs.